everyone, welcome to Tutorials by Decade. My name is Decade, and today in this video we are going to add another enemy. I'm actually going to break this up into two separate videos just because there's a lot to do to add this enemy in there. And what this enemy is going to do is it's going to start in one location. When the player enters an area, it's going to chase the player, but then once the enemy reaches a certain point, it's going to turn around and go back to its starting point. So before we begin, make sure you give this video a big old thumbs up. Please subscribe, as I have videos like this coming out all the time and I don't want you to miss anything. And now that that's out of the way, let's begin. So first thing we're going to do is organize a little bit. So if we go up to rooms, go to our room 00 and put an empty in there, and we'll just name this one enemies. Then we can move our slime over there. There we go. And then our eventual. Did I put two? Oh, from the last video. Huh, we'll just delete that one. We'll put everything we need in these rooms and organize them so that way they stay organized. But let's add our enemy. So if we go to your art, go to characters, go to enemies, we are going to find the log. Now, if you haven't done this already, because apparently I did not, thought I did, we want to make sure the pixels per unit is 16. Filter mode is point no filter, and compression is none. Hit apply. Then we are going to go into the sprite editor. We are going to slice this guy by cell size, and we're going to do 32 by 32, and then hit slice, hit apply, and we're done with that. So now we're going to grab our log enemy and we're going to find a space for him. Yeah, I think over here would be perfect. So we're going to drag and drop log 0 somewhere on the map. I like to be a little precise, so 22.5 and 6.5. There we go. We're going to change its sorting layer to the player layer. Then we're going to add a couple things here. So the first thing we're going to add is an animator, because we're going to need to animate it. We're also going to need to add a rigid body 2D. Make sure you change the gravity scale to 0. Then we are going to add a box collider 2D. And then we're going to edit this actually real fast. Zoom in here, and I don't know how well you can see because it's green on green, but we're going to make this little box just about right here, just for the feet of the enemy. And then we're good. We're going to add another box collider 2D. We're going to make this one a trigger, and we're going to edit again, which is already on. We're going to make this one slightly bigger than the log, but not like horribly big. We're going to ignore the leaf and just focus on the body. There we go. And I do believe that is all that I need on the log. Let me just double check. Rigid body, 2 box colliders, animator. Yep. And then obviously we're going to need to make a script, which we could technically start right now, but we're not going to do the scripting on this video. We're going to save that for the second one. So if you want to, we can go to our scripts, our enemies, add a new folder. Just call this one log. And then inside log, we will create a new mono behavior script and just call this log enemy. And then we can click on our log enemy, drag this up. Hold on. Unity's got to do some stuff first. There we go. Now we can drag that over to here and drop it right there. And that script's not going to do anything because we haven't done anything with that script yet. So we're just going to ignore that for now. Next video we will work on that. One more thing that we got to do is just name this one log enemy. And there we go. So the reason why I'm breaking this into two videos is some of the stuff we have already done with the slime. And we've already done with the player for that matter, but it's going to be a tad bit different. So what we're going to want to do is we want to click on the log enemy and make sure it's highlighted. We're bring it to our enemies for the room 00, just so that way it's there. And the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to animate it. So if you click on your animation and you click on create, we're going to put these animations into animations, and enemies, we'll make a new folder for the log. And the very first one we're going to name sleeping animation. So we'll hit that save. And then in order to get the sleeping animation, we have to go to our art, our characters, our enemies, and our log. And we're going to put log 4, log 10, log 16, and log 22, and log 22 again. And we're going to do that in intervals of 10 on here. We're going to zoom in a little bit on our log and hit play. And there's our little log sleeping. Now that we have that, we're going to create a new clip. We're going to name this one log waking up. And in order to do log waking up, we are going to do log 4, log 5, log 6, or log 11, and log 17 twice. Let's hit play. And there's our log waking up. Perfect. Again, at intervals of 10, we're going to do the exact same thing, only in reverse, because now we're going to do log going to sleep. We're going to save that. And again, we're going to do this in reverse. So 17, 11, 5, and then 4 twice. We'll hit play to make sure the log's going to sleep. Awesome. And then the rest of these you should be familiar with because we're going to do the walking animations. So I may fast forward through this part. Yeah, I probably will fast forward through this part. Alright, so now that we have all of our animations in there, we're going to go up to the animator. We are going to delete all of those. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a little bit of an animation loop here. So first thing we're going to do is go to create state, and we're going to do an empty state. We're just going to name that state sleeping state. Up here where it says motion, we're going to click on that, and we're going to find our log sleeping. I think I just named it sleeping. So yes, I did. So there it is. And that's all we're going to do for this one. Then we're down here, we're going to right click, create state, another empty. We're going to name this one waking up. We're going to make a transition from new state. Oh, why didn't it save it as sleeping? Sleeping state. We're going to make a transition from sleeping state to waking up state. We are going to create a blend tree now over here, and we're gonna we're not going to go into it yet. We are going to name it. We'll name it moving state. We're going to make a transition from waking up to moving state. And then we're going to make one more empty state. We're going to name this one going to sleep state. We'll make a transition from moving state to going to sleep, and from going to sleep to sleeping. Now, before we get too crazy with all that, over here we're going to have to add some parameters. The first, we can delete blend. You know what? No, blend's got to stay, I think. No, it doesn't. We'll delete blend. Maybe we'll delete blend. Yeah, all right, well, whatever. We'll delete that later. Anyway, we're going to create a float. We're going to name that one move x. Another float, move y. Now we're going to create a bool is moving. We're going to create another bool is sleeping. We're going to create a trigger, wake up, and one more trigger, go to sleep. So now that we have all of those in place, we can kind of fix this puzzle. We already put a motion for sleeping here. In the transition, we are going to get rid of exit time. And where it says conditions, we're going to add wake up. And then in wake up, we are going to add here log waking up. There it is. That's all we should need to do there. Now for wake up and move state, we're going to get rid of exit time. We're going to add the transition of is moving. And we're going to make that true. We're going to go to the moving state here in just a minute. But from the transition from moving state to go to sleep, we want to remove the exit time. We want to add two conditions here. Go to sleep and is moving false. And then lastly, in the go to sleep here, we want to just add the motion log go to sleep. Where is it? Log going to sleep. There we go. And then in the final transition between the two, we actually want to leave exit time on. We want to leave exit time on. We want to add the condition is sleeping to true. After you do all that, the rest of this is going to be like all the others that you've done. If we go into moving state, click on that and make that a 2D simple directional, we can add the move X and the move Y. And we can add our motion fields. So we'll start with walk down. And I'm probably going to fast forward through this. You should have already done this a few times now. Okay. So once you have all of those in place, we are done in the animator for now. So let's go back to our scene. So there's a couple things that I want to do before we move on. So one of the things that I want to do is in our room, right click, add an empty, and name it enemy boundaries. And then in this, we're just going to create another empty, and we're just going to name it log boundary. And if you have more than one log, you're going to have more than one boundary. But for in log boundary here, we're going to add a component, and we're going to do a polygon collider. And you know what? Actually, we don't even need the polygon for this one. We could use a polygon, but I'm just going to make this one a square. So we're going to remove that component, and we'll just add box collider. Very first thing you want to do is make sure that that is a trigger. And we want to find that box collider here. Where is the box collider? Oh, there we go. So we're gonna move that box collider to be right on top of the enemy. And now we're gonna edit it. And we're gonna make a somewhat big area here. We're gonna make it something on the lines of this. And there we go. So that is all that we need to do right now for getting the enemy set up. In the next video, we're actually going to go over the logic behind this character, and this enemy, I mean. And what's going to happen is the enemy is going to just sit there asleep. Once the player enters this boundary, the enemy is going to wake up and chase the player within this boundary. Now, when the player exits the boundary and then the enemy collides with this boundary, then the enemy is going to go back to its starting point and go to sleep. So with that being said, I have a challenge for you guys. In the next video, we're going to go over how to do this. But until then, if you would like to try it on your own, please feel free to do so. If it works out, great. Leave a comment down below saying that you did it. If you want to, you can even leave your logic down there. Otherwise, on the next video, we are going to go over how to do all of that. So with that being said, this is where I'm going to end this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if it was helpful, or if you learned anything from it, make sure you give it the big old thumbs up. Again, please subscribe, as I have videos like this coming out all the time. And as always, thank you. Have a good one. And I'll see you in the next video.